You're listening to Hegseths team lashes out at Pentagon's internal Signalgate review, a news story written by Dan Lamoth and read by an AI-generated voice. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseths' team on Tuesday denounced the Pentagon's internal review of his actions in the Signalgate affair, calling the independent inquiry clearly a political witch hunt, and asserting without evidence that details of the nonpartisan review were leaked to the news media by Biden administration holdovers. The remarks appeared in a written statement by Pentagon spokesman Sean Parnell, who also acknowledged for the first time publicly that Hegseth has provided a statement to the Defense Department Inspector General's team that makes clear his belief that this entire exercise is a sham, conducted in bad faith and with extreme bias. The choice of words, witch hunt, borrows from language invoked by President Donald Trump when his actions have faced scrutiny and appears to be a preemptive strike designed to undermine the review's legitimacy even before the Inspector General's findings are released publicly. That could happen within weeks. The Inspector General review, requested on a bipartisan basis by Senators Roger Wicker, Republican Mississippi, Chairman of the Senate Armed Services Committee, and Jack Reed, Rhode Island, the committee's top Democrat, is expected to dissect the degree to which Hegseth and his team followed Defense Department policy while using unclassified commercial messaging applications, especially Signal, for official business. The controversy, which has dogged the former Fox News personality for much of his tenure at the Pentagon, erupted in March when an editor from The Atlantic magazine was accidentally added to a Signal group chat in which Hegseth and other top Trump administration officials coordinated a forthcoming U.S. bombing campaign in Yemen. Hegseth's role in the group chat has come under especially close scrutiny because his Signal account shared sensitive, advanced details about the military strikes before they occurred. Molly Halpern, a spokeswoman for the Inspector General's office, declined to comment, citing long-standing policy barring the independent internal watchdog from doing so while a case remains open. Wicker, the Armed Services Committee's Republican chairman, could not immediately be reached for comment. Reed, in a statement, criticized Hegseth's team for the allegation. The civilian leadership of the Department of Defense is not above the law, he said. To suggest that the nonpartisan Inspector General is doing anything other than their impartial duties is simply wrong. Taxpayers and military personnel deserve to know the truth, and the Inspector General's office has a responsibility to follow all evidence and report its independent findings. Parnell's statement was first reported Tuesday by the New York Times within an article examining Trump's desire to meet personally with senior military officers who are nominated for prestigious assignments. It follows a report last week by the Washington Post that revealed the Inspector General's team was in receipt of evidence indicating the messages disseminated through Hegseth's account on the unclassified chat app originated from a classified email sent to senior Pentagon officials by the top officer overseeing U.S. operations in the Middle East, General Michael Eric Kurilla. The email was labeled Secret No-Forn, a classification level at which unauthorized disclosure could be expected to cause serious damage to U.S. national security. The No-Forn label means it also was not meant for anyone who is a foreign national, including senior officials of close allies of the United States. Hegseth's account on Signal shared similarly sensitive details with at least one other group chat that included his wife Jennifer, his brother Phil, and a personal lawyer, Tim Parlatore, people familiar with the matter have said previously. The situation could mark a test of whether Hegseth will follow through on past promises to allow the Inspector General's office to carry out its work independently. During his bruising confirmation process, Hegseth promised Senator Elizabeth Warren, Democrat, Massachusetts, that, if confirmed, he would commit to protecting the DoD IG's independence, according to a copy of the questionnaire reviewed by the Post. Days after Trump returned to office, he fired the Defense Department Inspector General, Robert Storch, and at least 14 other leaders with similar watchdog responsibilities at other government agencies in a purge. Stephen A. Stebbins, who took up the case against Hegseth, was selected as Storch's replacement on an acting basis. A one-time Army officer like Hegseth, Stebbins retired from the military in 2015 and joined the Inspector General's office later that year, according to his official biography. The Inspector General's findings are expected as people who know Hegseth increasingly question what his long-term plans are. He has discussed seeking political office in his adopted home state of Tennessee, including running for governor, according to people familiar with the matter who spoke on the condition of anonymity because of the sensitivity of the issue. It is not clear how quickly he would be interested in doing so. Tennessee requires that people live in the state for 7 years before running for office, far longer than Hegseth has. The development was first reported Tuesday by NBC News.